Hi, working on today's daily edit for week 13. We have 2 capitalization errors, 2 language usage errors, 6 commas, and 8 spelling mistakes. And our passage today says, with his new equipment, Méliès began to make short, simple films. Soon, however, he started to film the magic acts that was being performed at the theater he owned in Paris, France. By 1896, he was producing his first trick films using special effects and multiple exposures to create certain illusions. In his films, people and objects often seemed to transform physically, or they appeared and then vanished mysteriously. The effects were quite entertaining. He also experimented with editing techniques that allowed him to make longer, more complex moving pictures. The imaginative movies that Méliès made influenced the future of filmmaking. So in my very first sentence, I have one mistake. And with his new equipment, Méliès began to make short, simple films. So we are actually going to add a comma here because we have a coordinating adjective, short and simple, describe the films. In my second sentence, soon, however, he started to film the magic acts that was being performed at the theater he owned in Paris, France. I have a number of mistakes here. First off, soon and however are both transitions. So there needs to be commas, a comma after soon and a comma after however. I have a usage error, and that is going to be start. It should actually be started. I have a spelling mistake, and that is magic. It should be M-A-G-I-C. I have another usage error, and that is was. Was should be changed to were. Owned is spelled incorrectly. It should be O-W-N-E-D. Paris and France both need to be capitalized because they are proper nouns. And we have a city and a state, so we need to separate it's a city and a country. We need to separate those with a comma. In my next sentence, by 1896, he was producing his first trick films using special effects and multiple exposures to create certain illusions. So my first mistake is going to be the word effects. It should be E-F-F-E-C-T-S. I have another spelling mistake, and that is certain. It should be C-E-R-T-A-I-N. In my next sentence, I have a few mistakes. In his films, people and objects often seem to transform physically, or they appeared and then vanished mysteriously. I have 2 spelling mistakes. The first one is physically, which is P-H-Y-S-I-C-A-L-L-Y, and vanished should be V-A-N-I-S-H-E-D. In my next sentence, the effects were quite entertaining. So I have a spelling mistake, and that is going to be quiet. It should be quite. He also experimented with editing techniques that allowed him to make longer, more complex moving pictures. I have coordinating adjectives again, so I am going to separate them with a comma. My last sentence, the imaginative movies that Méliès made influenced the future of filmmaking. The first one is imaginative. It's spelled incorrectly, I-M-A-G-I-N-A-T-I-V-E. And this comma right here actually does not need to be here. We're just going to delete it because originally it read, the imaginative movies that Méliès made influenced the future of filmmaking. So that comma is not needed for the sentence. And that concludes our daily edit.